Hi there. So it's been at least 8 months since the last proper Roblox event, and man, it's been a real struggle. I've been having dreams in my sleep where I played Roblox events. This isn't a game anymore. This is real life. Have you ever played a Roblox event with your life on the line? And by proper event, I mean the ones that give you items and actually require some kind of involvement and are like fun and are not part of the block. I'm not gonna talk about the block again unless my life depends on it, okay? So in this little void, I like to talk a little bit about my personal history with Roblox events and I guess do a bit of analyzing with the recent events. Obviously this isn't gonna be comprehensive at all. If you want a deeper look into Roblox history, there are other people who can do that. See, I got my current account in 2016, I got a whole bunch of other accounts but I always forgot the passwords to those. So I'd just like to proudly state that my first ever event with this account was the Zootopia one. I don't think most people even know about this one. It certainly doesn't do anything to deserve being remembered, but I got a cool pair of faux fox ears and these cool fox eared headphones. The faux fox ears wasn't even part of the game event thing, they were just on a catalog for one ticks. Jeez, you guys remember tickets? I joined right before tickets got wiped off the face of the planet. These faux fox ears became a personal trademark for me. Combining the fox ears with a cap of some sort was sort of my signature. This was back when I was pretty young, like 8 years old, and I just had big dreams of being a YouTuber, and I used to want this specific combination as my icon. Now with this robe figure as my Sona, I really couldn't be happier. The whole thing was just kinda cringe, I'm sorry. Anyways, Egg Hunt 2016! Now this was my first proper egg hunt! And to be clear, I didn't even know I was doing anything significant back then. I just joined, collected some eggs, went to my avatar editor, then saw the eggs I collected in my inventory. I forgot my reaction to this, but it was probably pure bewilderment. And that's about it. What a great experience, huh? Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of my early pre-Mega Hunt event experience is kinda in and out. I would occasionally do some events for some things and skip out on doing others. For some mind-boggling reason, I will do the sponsored events, and there were loads of these, oh my god, but I will not do the good ones. Like I barely did the 2017 Egg Hunt and I just flat out skipped the 2018 Egg Hunt. Why the heck did I do that? Like, I did the goddamn Moana event and that one has quite possibly the worst pair of headphones mankind has ever seen. I mean, if I could make an educated guess, I suppose it was because of the whole Ready Player One event fiasco before the 2018 Egg Hunt. So I can only gamble on the idea that I got put off events because of that. But still, why did I do that? Outside of the Egg Hunts and sponsor events, I'm not really sure, it's all a blur to me. I do know that there were these gift items that give you some cool hats on some date. I got this one, got this night helmet out of it. To this day I have no clue how to use it. Continuing on, the 2019 Egg Hunt was certainly something I participated in. As opposed to the earlier egg hunts I mentioned where the eggs would all be in one game, the eggs in this hunt were spread across many different games. This is known as a dev hunt, and while the idea of bringing along the many creative minds behind so many Roblox games into one whole package sounds like a great idea, understand that this is the same platform that brought us Color into 17 pregnant hyenas, so maybe free will was a mistake. After then, Roblox will announce that it will be discontinuing events altogether and replace it with this live ops thing. Basically, these are just developer-made events without any accessories to be gained. These acted more like ads, basically. They then took it out back, shot it, and now we have the 2020 Egg Hunt. The last proper egg hunt in ever. It's just about the same as 2019 with the whole dev hunt thing. It had the spy theme, which was something. I remember one game, Tiny Tanks, got into a whole lot of controversy for having a game pass that made their egg appear more often, only to have it be basically free on mobile. And by free, I mean they gave you it with the press of a button to compensate for lack of mobile support. Yeah, it was kind of a mess, but they added Despacito spider eggs, so maybe this event is good actually. After 2020, there will be a massive pause in events. Yeah, there will be a couple whatevers, but come on, where are my accessories, Roblox? It won't be till 2024 that the Hunt First Edition will happen. I didn't do it. I already said it once, but the whole reward model that had more games for fewer rewards was just not my thing. And the fact that there were 100 games... No. Then the classic happened. I just had my brother get me the horn bucket helmet. Yes, I'm a classic LARPer. I'm sorry, I only did Gunfight Arena and a Dusty Trip before wanting to die, okay? Then the games. Then the Hunt. Then the Winter Spotlight. I skipped all of these. Really, it wasn't until the Hunt Mega Edition that, for the first time ever, I became really excited with the idea of doing an event. Of course, it was only after seeing a friend do the Untitled Tag Game campaign that made me really want to go and participate. It was big, it was ambitious, it was awesome, and most importantly, it was fun! Like the whole having to play the games in order was really cool and a lot of the developers really locked in for this one. Of course, it wasn't all perfect. A Dusty Chip and whatever the hell that zombie game was made me want to kill myself, and I hear Pet Simulator's contribution was really bad, but for what I experienced, it was pretty darn hot. Though for what it's worth, I do think the Mega Token order was a little front-loaded. Like, the first mega token was in SpongeBob TD, which was fine I guess, and then the next two mega tokens, Untitled Tag Game and Pressure, really comes in to make the event. Overall, it was one heck of an event and I genuinely enjoyed doing it. My only regret is the fact that I started late and thus I couldn't see what the rest of the event had to offer for myself. Now all I have is the Starism video on the thing. Yeah, maybe the event was really front-loaded. And then, the hatch happened. And nothing was the same for Roblox. Then the takeover happened! In the midst of a lot of controversy! Man, this one stinks! It had this whole zone capturing gimmick, which I would love to tell you how it went, if my crew could engage with it in any way, and now the games were good. There was pressure, again, work at a pizza place, something evil will happen in Superstar Racers, but for the most part it just wasn't interesting at all. The games barely added new content, all the challenges were absurdly hard, the game selection wasn't good, the whole gimmick only accounted for a few select crews, the accessories were crap, the whole thing was just a mess through and through. Like, the matches I played with my friends were fun, but it wasn't really anything I would call that memorable. It's a real good thing that I recorded everything, cause otherwise I would have forgotten literally everything about this. Then the Halloween Spotlight, god, the Halloween Spotlight, it was just a complete and utter nothing burger, literally nothing happened with this one. It happened barely a month after the takeover happened, and by that point everyone I knew had event fatigue, including me. You know, it was actually productive back then, I would do something actually beneficial for my life, but no, I just had to do the Halloween Spotlight. I could have simply played other games, and I did play other games. More specifically, Steal a Digital Circus. All I do is make bad life choices! And we're now here today, with no Roblox event in sight. Man, I'd only done 3 proper events. What a year to get into events, huh? I guess it's time to do that analyzing thing I told you I would do earlier. See, I feel like Roblox events have gotten absurdly big and gimmicky and will only get bigger and more gimmicky. Obviously, we've had the Hunt First Edition in 2024 with its 100 games ushering in a new era for Roblox events. Then the Classic where they dialed back a bit with only 15 games in a cheap little 1x1x1x1 boss fight. Then the games got pretty ambitious with its teams gimmick that kinda got nuked when Creekcraft was on one of the teams and no one else of note was in the other teams. Like, the only other person I recognized was Socks for one and I don't watch that guy. Then the Hunt was just a costume contest. And the Winter Spotlight isn't really that interesting to note here, it just highlights a whole bunch of cool updates. Then 2025 upped the ante with the Hunt Mega Edition with its whole Mega Token hunting campaign and the $1 million tourney. Then the Hatch really upped the ante with its 1,000 games. It also upped the ante with the many ensuing controversies that ended up cutting that number down to just below 400. Then the takeover was pretty ambitious with this whole competition setup with the crews and zones and stuff. And of course the Halloween Spotlight really pulled back with its ambitions. It was more or less just a simpler mega hunt with its 2 collectibles. But you see the trend here, right? It certainly seems like Roblox is trying to go big or go home with a lot of these events, especially compared to the old events. Like, remember when the community got all flared up over the grand prize of the Ready Player One event, which was just a Dominus? Imagine telling all those people that in 7 years Roblox will be doing the same grand prize thing for $1 million! It's wild how big Roblox events have gotten. And while it can result in cool stuff like the Hunt Mega Edition, it can also lead to the Hatch, Roblox's attempt at the biggest event ever. That would have crashed harder than hard even if the whole official Teddy situation didn't happen. I feel the major problem here is that, in spite of Roblox's attempts to go as big as possible, it doesn't really seem like they have the actual resources nor care to fulfill such ambitions. And such, we end up with events like the Hatch and the Takeover which, in spite of big ambitions, just ends up being really hollow with little actual substance. I do kinda wish Roblox would just dial it back a bit and do an event without all the gimmicks and absurd amounts of games. Like, not even an egg hunt, maybe just another event like the Hunt Mega Edition where the game selection was a bit more tighter. And maybe have a sprawling multi-game campaign. I don't know, maybe that's a bit gimmicky. I don't know, man, feel free to comment what your thoughts are on this, I'd love to read what you think. Anyways, yep, I don't think we're ever getting a new event considering just everything happening with Roblox. I mean, the year hasn't ended yet and I haven't heard anything about Roblox cancelling events, so the chances are still there, but if there even is the possibility of an event happening, I just don't think most people will care. Except for me, cause I'm really dumb. Shoutouts to Starism.